Batman Evolution DC Animated Movie Universe. Since his debut, Batman has transcended the realm of comics to become one of the most popular and enduring characters in all of entertainment. He's graced the large screen and small numerous times in movies, TV, animation, and video games. We've seen the Dark Knight's face and logo on t-shirts, hoodies, shoes, hats, leggings, and just about every article of clothing imaginable. He's inspired toys, from free fast food giveaways to high-end collectibles, and has shown up on nearly every product imaginable. But today, we're going to break down the complete evolution of Batman and all the movies from the DC Animated Movie Universe.
Let me see if I can buy you some.
But before we continue, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and ring the bell to always be updated. Here we go. Flashpoint Paradox. We begin in the first film of the series where we find the League getting alerted about a break-in in the Flash Museum, leading to Batman making his dramatic entrance shortly after he helped defuse Zoom's bomb. The Flash resets the timeline and discovers that everything has changed, as now it is Bruce who died in a crime alley, leading to his father, Thomas, becoming Batman. This Batman, however, has no problem using handguns and killing criminals. But when Barry tells him his son was Batman in his timeline, they rally forces to prevent a world war between Atlanteans and Amazonians after Thomas gets injured. He gives the Flash a letter for Bruce, so when the Flash resets the timeline again, he gives it to him. And here we see the rare occasion where Batman sheds a tear. Justice League War. Now we move on to the film, which most people get confused about where it fits in the timeline. To clarify, when the Flash reset the original timeline, he created the Flashpoint timeline, and then when he reset it again, he created the DC AMU timeline. So this film here takes place before the Flashpoint Paradox. But anyways, back to Batman, where we find him chasing a parademon and on the run from the GCPD after encountering Green Lantern. They meet other heroes and discover Darkseid's secret invasion plan, so following his arrival, they team up to stop him. Superman later returns with Batman. They all send him back to Apokolips, and following the war, they get honored in Washington and become the Super 7, son of Batman. Less than a week after Darkseid's invasion, we find Deathstroke ambushing Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins, leaving Talia to take her son to Gotham. When Batman discovers he has a son named Damian, Talia asks that he protect him while she leaves to find Slade. But when Damian attempts to find Slade on his own, Batman has to deal with his rash actions. Damian's guide, Batman, teaches him about justice and then makes him the new Robin. So after Damian finds Deathstroke and later defeats him, Batman tells Talia that he should stay in Gotham as Robin. Justice League Throne of Atlantis. Now days after Damian stays in Gotham, we find the League, the renamed Super 7, separated. But when the sub's missiles go missing, Green Lantern tries to get Batman, even though he ends up ruining his operation of finding the Scarecrow. When they reassemble and investigate the sub, they deduce that Atlanteans are the cause. And when Batman uncovers that Arthur is the key, the League finds him, and together it faces half-brother Orm and his army of Atlanteans. After Cyborg is revived by Batman, he plays off Orm's confession of killing the Queen, deeming him as a traitor and making Arthur the new king of Atlantis. Nightwing and Robin. Now if you remember from the Throne of Atlantis, Batman was searching for the Scarecrow, even though he was unable to find him because of Green Lantern, and he had to help prevent the war, even though he doesn't appear physically. We hear him calling upon backup to follow up with the case, to which Nightwing and Robin respond and defeat the Scarecrow, but are unaware of an assassin watching them in the shadows. Batman vs. Robin. Following the Scarecrow case, we find Bruce with trust issues, as Damon tends to sneak out a lot as Robin, and when he later catches Damon sneaking out again, he grounds him. After investigating the Court of Owls, he discovers that Damon has sneaked out again and has joined Talon, the assassin who was watching them before. However, Damon defends Talon and fights Batman. Later, he tracks down the court and begins to hallucinate what Damon might become. But after getting rescued, the court attacks them, and we get to see the old dynamic duo in action when Damon returns and defeats Talon. Bruce reveals how proud he is and allows him to leave and find his own path. Batman Bad Blood. 6 months after Damon leaves, we find Batman saving Batwoman and easily defeating supervillains. But though he later engages the heretic, he instead saves Batwoman from an explosion, leaving Gotham to believe he's dead. When Batwing, Robin, Batwoman, and Dick as Batman team up, they discover that he's actually kidnapped by Talia. However, unbeknownst after rescuing him, they learn that he's brainwashed and that Talia plans to place the League of Assassins internationally. When they attempt to stop her, Batman, still brainwashed, fights Nightwing until he's reminded that he brought everyone together, as he understood their pain, and following Talia's death, he bonds with Damian and later leads the new Bat Family. Justice League vs. Teen Titans. After the Bat Family is created, we find Batman battling Grundy when the Legion of Doom attack the League during the unveiling of the new HQ. But after they defeat them, an entity possesses Robin, then disobeys Batman's order and attacks him. But frustrated that he has no intel, and believing that like himself before he needed to learn about teamworks, Batman sends Damian to join the Teen Titans. After investigating the entity, the League, he meets the Titans and discovers that Raven's father Trigon is the cause. But entities arrive and possess them, so to give the Titans a chance, Batman injects himself with the nerve toxin. which causes the entity to leave his body. Justice League Dark. Following Trigon's attack on Earth, the Justice League assembles when magic threats occur globally. Batman decides to investigate by himself. He later meets Zatanna, Constantine, and the Dead Man. After investigating together, they meet Jason Blood, who reveals that Destiny's Dreamstone is responsible for recent events. But when Destiny returns, the League gets manipulated to fight each other. Batman then faces John Stewart, and like taking Hal's ring in Justice League War, he takes John's and stuns him after Constantine distracts Destiny. Jason kills him, but as they could be future magical threats, Batman has Zatanna and Constantine join the League. The death of Superman. After Destiny is defeated, we find an asteroid crash landing in the ocean, and after the League discuss their plan, Cyborg announces that they're above the UN's funding. Batman then says that the Wayne Foundation will handle the rest though, when he unexpectedly reveals he has a meeting with Damon's headmaster. The Flash mocks him anyways. The League later discovered that Doomsday was in the asteroid, and had begun causing chaos, so Batman and the League arrive to face him, only to receive several injuries. With members down, Batman calls for backup, but when Superman arrives, they get into a clash resulting in both of their deaths. And with suffering more loss, Bruce mourns with his family not looking too good. Reign of the Superman. 6 months after Superman's death, we find crime in the metropolis increasing, with the arrival of 4 new Supermen. But we also learn that the League has been unbalanced since he died. Later on, the League gets hired as a president's escort, with Batman surveying from above. But when the president gives her speech, a boom tomb opens, and parademons attack. Batman and the League defeat them. A boom tomb sends them to an unfamiliar planet, but Lex Luthor uses a mother box to bring the League back, where Batman leads them into battle. Batman Hush. Following Superman's return, we find Batman rescuing a child and defeating a stronger Bane, but after he sees Catwoman stealing a ransom, he chases her. Hush shoots his line, causing Batman to fall. After being healed by his friend, Thomas, he gets a new suit and investigates Hush, leading to a team-up with Capital Men and heading to Metropolis to find Poison Ivy. Following their encounter, Batman battles her new victim, Superman. Following their fight, he finds Thomas dead in Gotham, believing that Joker is responsible. He almost kills him, but as he's feeling close with Catwoman, he reveals his identity, begins a relationship, and takes her as his partner. He deduces that Hush is the Riddler and has kidnapped Catwoman, but when he fights him, he attempts to save his life, though Catwoman stops him and leaves. Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Now in the last film of the series, we find the League assembled when Superman plans an attack on Apokolips. However, after it fails, 2 years pass, and we learn that Batman was brainwashed to become Darkseid's second-in-command. While he serves Darkseid, Superman forms a new team to stop them, but when they infiltrate Apokolips, Batman confronts Damian and engages him in combat. Batman defeats him. He gets in control and refuses to kill him. So Darkseid sends his Omega beams to incinerate Batman. But Damian sacrifices himself, and like the first film, Batman once again sheds a tear, when Raven later revives him. The teams return to Earth and discover that the Earth's rotation has been compromised to fix everything. The Flash resets the timeline again, but results in Batman and everyone being erased from existence. That was all for today, guys. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified first when a new cool video like this comes out. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!